Is XRP for retail or is it not? In this video, that is what we're going to be talking about today because there has been a ton of debate in the XRP community around this question. And to be honest, no one actually talks about the answer I want to talk about in this video. In this video, we're going to go over that as well as something very interesting XRP is doing right now, despite the SEC appeal. Guys, make sure to stick around for that. You are not going to want to miss it. Like always, you're supporting me so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who takes the time to like these videos and subscribe to the channel. These two simple things really do help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. Let's jump into the video, and I do want to say I do have an interesting call to action at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around for that. I want to start off and talk about what is going on with XRP right now because something fascinating is taking place. Stuart Alderati tweeted out earlier today, "My favorite scene in The Bronx Tale is when the motorcycle gang bullies their way into the local bar. When they refuse to leave, the boss calmly locks the door and says, 'Now yous can't leave,' and then proceeds to annihilate the gang." I thought this was super interesting because this is what Stuart Alderati is essentially saying he sees happening in the Ripple SEC case. The SEC brought this case against Ripple and against the entire XRP community. And now what is happening is that despite the fact that the SEC tried to bully Ripple and the XRP community, now what's happening is we are getting win after win because of this case. We now know that XRP will never be a security, and Ripple now has clarity on many different parts of their business. I think it's really important to reflect on this case that way because a lot of people see this case as being negative for Ripple and XRP. And while the uncertainty certainly has been negative in its own right, it's important to also look at the positives we have gotten because of this case. I think what's likely going to happen is these positives are going to keep stacking up. And the reason for that is because the SEC is not going to get any new facts here. They're stuck with the facts they brought. And at the end of the day, the facts they brought in this case did not provide any good way for any court system or neutral arbitrator to look at this and say Ripple is a bad actor, Ripple did anything wrong, or more importantly, that XRP legally could be a security. Because of this, I think we are going to keep moving forward with clarity that not only have we been right in the XRP community that XRP has a very, very bright future and that Ripple is being a good store of the XRP ledger, but that this business is going to keep being able to operate at a high level and soon in the United States with clarity, despite the fact that we keep having these short-term headwinds. Now, I want to show you the price of XRP real quick because I think it is reflecting the same exact thing. Take a look at XRP. Despite the fact that we have the SEC appeal this case, XRP is still trading above where it has been over the last couple months. And in fact, XRP has now put in a very obvious bottom after this appeal got dropped. Now, I want to point this out because this is the market saying it's really not that worried about this appeal. Yes, there was some uncertainty at first. Yes, some people panicked. Of course that was going to happen. It was a shakeout event. But the price of XRP relatively moved less than a bunch of non-events that's been happening over the last couple months. We had XRP do larger declines just because of market activity, and even with this appeal, XRP is trading higher than it has been. Now with XRP starting to recover, I think the market is saying, look, the SEC can appeal this, but it's not going to change the fact that Ripple is ultimately going to win again. XRP is never going to be a security, and Ripple still has a massive head start on the entire rest of the blockchain industry. One thing I want to say in regards to this is something that's very important. Yes, this is going to slow down Ripple in the United States. There's no doubt about it. But no one is making progress in the United States. Everyone is stifled who's trying to run a cryptocurrency business in the US. And because of this, Ripple's really not losing any ground. Ripple is continuing to expand all over the rest of the world. We just saw a major announcement out of the UAE and Brazil. And because of this, Ripple is now expanding in other places they might not have otherwise been focused on if it wasn't for the Ripple SEC case. A lot of the other cryptocurrency companies out there simply do not have the resources, budget, and personnel in order to get into the high-level meetings in these other countries. That is where Ripple is focused now, and eventually when the United States is turned back in line, they are going to be able to make their move and dominate there as well. I am firmly convinced that this Ripple SEC case, while it's been a headwind, has not been as much of a headwind as many people expect, because really no one is making any real progress in the US because of the regulatory challenges. The case is focused on Ripple, but it's really impacting the entire industry because, like I said, no one has the clarity they need. With all that said, I want to jump into the question posed in the intro of this video, which is XRP for retail or is it for institutions? And I need to start off by saying that XRP is for anyone, right? It's open, decentralized, it's a permissionless blockchain, anyone can use it. I can go use the XRP ledger tomorrow for my business, you can go use it for your business, and Walmart or Amazon can use it for their business. Anyone can use it. Now, the thing that I think a lot of people get confused about is what Ripple's mission for the XRP ledger is. It is clear that Ripple does not deal with individuals or retail customers. Ripple deals with institutions, and Ripple is building XRP ledger-focused products for institutions. So Ripple, one of the most important people building on the XRP ledger, is building specifically for institutions. Now, it's important to realize that Ripple also thinks they are going to be able to impact retail, I believe. Just in a different way, a lot of other institutions or a lot of other cryptocurrency companies are trying to interact with retail. Ripple wants to interact with an institution that can then serve retail customers. Ripple doesn't believe that retail customers are going to be directly interacting with blockchains, I don't believe. I think Ripple thinks it's a lot more likely that they will build systems that underpin financial institutions' infrastructure, and then the retail customers will get the benefits of that increased infrastructure or updated infrastructure without them having to deal with that underlying infrastructure. I believe this is Ripple's goal. And I believe this is how they see crypto assets really being integrated into the financial system we're headed into. There is always going to be a percentage of people who wants to interact with the underlying blockchain. There is no doubt about it. And we see enthusiasts all the time who are eager to do that. But I don't think the majority of people are interested in doing that at all. I think the majority of people are interested in just living their life as easy as possible and getting faster and cheaper transactions. And I think for that reason, Ripple doesn't see a necessity to be building out products for a retail customer directly, because those enthusiasts are always just going to find their own thing that they want to interact with. Maybe it's Ethereum, maybe it's Avalanche, whatever it is, those people are going to want to be interacting on layer one. But I really don't think that's the majority of people. I think Ripple really thinks that the financial system is always going to be top down, and therefore XRP related products will trickle down to the consumer without the consumer ever having to directly interact with the XRP ledger or Ripple itself. So is XRP for institutions? Is it for retail? Well, Ripple, one of the biggest stewards of the XRP ledger, I think believes that the XRP ledger is for everyone, but its adoption is going to happen through institutions. And that's how I see it happening as well. I think for the vast majority of us, we don't interact directly with information sharing protocols, right? We use different services, applications that give us gateways to share information and interact with the internet itself. Most of us don't care about interacting with the internet itself and interacting with those underlying protocols, and therefore we accept that different companies and applications will help us do that. I think the same is going to be true for the next generation internet we are heading into, the internet of value. So while anyone can go interact with the XRP ledger, I don't think the vast majority of people are going to want to do that, and instead would rather rely on an institution to make that gateway easier. Ripple is going to be interacting with those institutions, passing down the products to lower levels as they're built out and simplified. Hope this really kind of answers that question of how these things fit together. Yes, XRP is for everyone, but Ripple's building products for institutions that they will believe will ultimately funnel down to the retail, to the end user. Now, I want to move on and talk about one more thing in this video that I believe is very important to understand, and that is that John Deaton really does have the potential to go viral. John Deaton was actually talked about earlier today on the All In podcast, which is one of the biggest finance podcasts out there. And in this clip, Mark Cuban and David Sachs, two of those obviously popular people in finance out there, were directly talking about how John Deaton is running against Elizabeth Warren. Now, Mark Cuban, who is an obvious Democrat and someone who gets a lot of crap for a lot of his views, literally said in this thing that John Deaton was the one Republican he was supporting over a Democrat. And I want to point this out because, guys, I think there is a real possibility to get Elon Musk to endorse John Deaton. I think there is a real possibility to get a lot of momentum behind John Deaton before this election. And if someone like Elon Musk was to endorse John Deaton, I think he would win this race hands down. I don't even think it would be competition. But in order for that to happen, we need to get more eyeballs on this stuff. So I tweeted out earlier today, we need to get Elon Musk on board for supporting John Deaton against Elizabeth Warren, tagged to some of the people in the All In podcast, and just said, make this go viral. We need to make this happen. Guys, if you do one thing today, I highly suggest you go to my X page and make sure to give this a retweet. We want to get as many eyeballs on this race as possible. I don't think there is any reason why someone like Elon Musk couldn't come in and support this race. But the thing that we're lacking right now is attention on it. Elon Musk doesn't know about this race, or at least he doesn't realize how important it is. If he did, he would be supporting it. And if he did support it, it would be game over. John Deaton would win. This would be replacing the most anti-cryptocurrency person in our government with the most pro-cryptocurrency person in our government. And there is absolutely no reason why we can't make it happen as long as we get the attention on it. And two, there's absolutely no reason why someone like Elon Musk or any of these other big people wouldn't support John Deaton, because he is perfectly in line with everything they support. I wanted to bring this to your attention because I say this all the time. I only have a voice as far as you guys are willing to help amplify that voice. I can put something out there, but I need your help to get it out there. And you guys are the army that makes this stuff happen. So every single one of you going to a post like this and retweeting increases the chance that someone like Elon Musk will see this and say, you know what? This is actually a really important race. I need to get involved. I need to get help. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this video. And for now, Mickle out.